Hey, how's it going? My name is Rich and I'm with Elk Endeavors. Hey, tonight I wanted to talk to you about who online marketing and online business is for, okay? Who is it for? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And before we get started, I always ask the question, why not you? And what I mean by that is why can't you be successful in anything you do, but in for my channel in online marketing. Okay, that's what we're all about here. That's what I talk about all the time. That's what the channel's about, and so that's what I want to talk about: is why not you? Why couldn't you be successful? I thought about that last year in around the middle of February, and here I am a year later, and I have a YouTube channel, and I'm working on my business, and things are really great. So why can't you be successful? So if you like what I have to do, please subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and we'll go ahead and get started. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was thinking about who online businesses are for, like who benefits from them, but ultimately who is successful in creating them, who is successful in producing profits from them, and why do people get involved with online business, right? And it was interesting. I was just at my I did my taxes yesterday actually, and we talked about how my CPA, he went out on his own and started his own firm, and one of the reasons for that was because he was talking about how in business, like if you're working for someone, there's a ceiling, right? There's a cap. And he didn't want that cap, so he went out on his own, created his own business, created his own firm, and now he's doing awesome. And he has, like, as all accountants do in February, starting in February and March, they just have too much to do, but too much business. But ultimately, he's being very, very successful, and that's because he decided that he wanted to have his own business and do his own thing. So, and that's again like what he asked himself is, why not him? Why not me? Why couldn't I do it? Other people do it. Why not me? All right, so online business, okay? Online business is for, and I'm giving some specific examples here, but my first example is Uber and Lyft drivers, okay? This is one that I feel very strongly about because I was once an Uber driver. I didn't drive for Lyft. I drove for Uber. And what I found was that I think online business is really good for people who think they want to have a side hustle. Okay, and what we mean by side hustle is something on the side that you make a little money with to try to make ends meet. Okay, and I've talked about this before, but when you try to make ends meet, they may meet, they may meet at some point, but they're going to bounce off each other, right? Because ultimately, you're thinking in this sort of in this negative poverty mindset, where you're just trying to get to that, like $150. You just need $150 to make it through the month. But it's every month, and it's really never gonna stop, right? Because like for instance, we just like my office is here in the basement, and the washer went, right, or the part of the washer went anyway. So we had to get that fixed, right? So if my ends had met, if I was working on my ends meeting, if they had met, and I finally got to the point where this month was going to be like we were going to have like a surplus, it all goes to the washer, right? So it's all gone anyway. Okay, so side hustles, people have this mentality of like making ends meet, and they create a side hustle for themselves. So most people that are doing Uber and Lyft are working in the side hustle mentality, right? And really, what I would offer is that you can get so much more bang for your buck if you came online and just stopped driving for Uber and came online and did online marketing or some sort of online business. Affiliate marketing, obviously that's my niche, but like thinking about affiliate marketing as something where instead of going out at like I might leave at 7:30 7:20 right now, so I might leave in about a half an hour, right, to go to go drive until midnight or 1 o'clock, right? Now that's me not sleeping. That's me away from my family. That's me putting miles on my car. That's me spending money on gas, all that stuff, right? And I'm getting in very little results, right? Plus, not to mention the fact that I have to worry about who's getting in my car, if they're going to get sick. I mean, if you look at like all the different horror stories of like people just like messing up other people's cars, but also actual literal horror stories, those are things that like I much prefer the safety of my own home and being downstairs in my basement when I've just put my kids to bed and everything's cool, right? So that's the Uber and Lyft drivers are people who I think would really benefit from being an online business owner and marketer. Okay, so my next one, let's see, is moms and dads. Okay, and the people I'm thinking of here are like moms and dads who work from home or stay at home moms and dads, right? So if my wife stays at home with my children, and she works with them. I mean, she works harder than I ever have in my entire life. But she, if she wanted to, and there's a lot of people that have a need, like if in this day and age, you can either both work as a couple, right? If you have kids, or if one of you works, you better make a lot of money because it's really difficult to again make ends meet, right? So if you think about moms and dads who are home with their children, they can create a business, an online business that will bring money in, and is just almost as good as, if not better than, depending on like when you get started and how well you do right off the bat, as good as going out and working, right? And so that's a really important thing. So moms and dads, the people that are staying home and being with their kids and being there and present for their kids, this is something that you can do, as a person at home, and you can just continue to work at it and build it as you have the time to do it. And I know it's hard to find the time, but like if you can find the time here and there, you can really be successful with it, right? So that's another group of people that I think would be really good as far as people who could benefit from being an online business. All right, let's see. College students. Okay, this is huge. So college students, and I'm going to put the caveat of graduates, right? Not caveat, but the other category, right? Recent college graduates. We all know right now student debt is off the charts. It's ridiculous how much kids are having to pay in student debt. And so one of the things that college students have going for them is that they're younger and they're not afraid of the computer, right? It's not like this thing that like, someone who's my age or older might be like, well, I couldn't do that because it's on a computer and I don't understand the internet and stuff like that. So, they understand the internet. They've grown up with it. They don't know the world without it. So they understand online marketing just because they've seen it, right? It's all been there. So when you think about college students, they can start a business while they're in college. And they're also like as soon as they get out of college, if they can't find a job, if they have a little startup money, they can invest in a course and they can go at it, right? And that's something that's really, a really powerful way to start things off for them. So, and they can get right out of debt, right? Like they can make enough money so that they can get right out of debt and pay their debt off and move on with their lives and either stay in the online space or move on to something else that they wanted to do that they're really passionate about if they're not passionate about the online space. It's funny because I fell into this online space and became very passionate about it. When I first started, if you know my story, when I first started, I was really just sort of like, I was just trying to make ends meet, just like we talked about, right? Trying to make ends meet, trying not to drive for Uber anymore. And the next thing you know, I fell in love with it. And I just like, it's like my second passion, right? And that's really an amazing thing. I'm very lucky to have that. So at any rate, so college students and recent graduates who have a lot of debt, who are facing a lot of challenges, when they're 21, 22 years old, they are certainly ripe for an online business. Okay, so as we're talking here, if you drop a comment, think about like who else, what other group of people might benefit from from having an online business? Who else might benefit from having an online business? Drop a comment below. And I'll pin a comment as well. All right, and so finally, the last one is, and you probably guessed this, I took the easy way out, right? Took the easy way out. Anyone can do this, right? If you have the motivation, and if you have if you make the time, not have the time. Everyone has the time. Okay, I want to make that very clear. Everyone has the time. We all moan about time and I wish I had more time and stuff like that. And ultimately, we all have the time. We all have the same amount of time. It's just a matter of what you do with it and how you manage it and how you choose to use it, right? So right now it's 7:25, and sorry about that. I think I paused it by accident there. Anyone can do this. Right now, like it's 7:25. I just put my kids to bed. I would be dishonest if I said I didn't want to just go and sit in front of Netflix for another hour and a half and wait to go to bed, right? And just kind of like chill out. But you can tell, like I'm not, I'm all jazzed up, right? Because I'm on video and I'm working to work with, I'm working to help you, and that's something that's really important. So you have to make the time, or you have to carve the time out of the time that you have. You have all this time. It's just a matter of how you use it, right? I have an hour and a half. If I was to go to bed at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I have 2.5 hours where I could either sit in front of the TV for 2.5 hours, or I could do 2 hours of work and maybe a half an hour of TV, or 2.5 hours, right? It doesn't matter. But ultimately, it's how I make the time. So anyone can do this, right? Anyone can get in front of the camera, practice. There's a lot of people that are really, really awkward in front of the camera at first. And that's fine. That is what it is. Like look at the first videos I ever did. And even now, like these certainly aren't perfect by any means, right? But my point is that anyone can do this if you take the time, if you invest the time, if you invest the money, and if you invest the energy, right? Anyone can do this. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk to you about is thinking about all the different people, different groups of people that can benefit from being an online business person, right? So Uber, Lyft drivers, moms and dads who stay at home with their children, college students and recent graduates, and then ultimately anyone can do this, right? So again, drop your comment. If you have someone, if you know of a particular group that can be successful or might be able to be successful in online business, drop me a comment below. And with that, I'll go ahead and say, if you like what I have to say, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear from you. If you, give me a thumbs up. Share the video with people. Share it with, an Uber driver or a mom and dad that stays at home, or a recent college graduate, or a college student. Let them know. Show them this video, and then from there, if you want, go and log or opt into my success challenge funnel, and you can get all the emails and things like that. And that's sort of a practice. I mean, it is a marketing tool, but it's also a practice thing. So where you can see like the emails that I send and just try to get some understanding of what I'm doing. And also, like, if you're interested in affiliate marketing, there's your program, right? It's the best program in the world for affiliate marketing. So that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great day.